I don't know if you want to put your 10k MMR player on 5. That seems like a sin, a cardinal sin of Dota. Like, this guy has 5-digit MMR. 1, 2, 3. 5-digit MMR. Okay? You don't put him in 5. That's not what 5 means. It doesn't mean 5 digits in MMR. It means you put your bad player. Bkop, what did you play in Twitch Rivals?
Oh, I played 5. You put your bad player there.
I'm just joking. But you know, it's 4 has a lot more control over the game.
I was also, by the way, I was the 5 on that team, and we had a League of Legends player on our team. I just want to throw that out there real quick.
Really?
Yes.
Which one?
I'm not like a pro player. I think he was a League streamer.
Wow.
I was.
That's rough.
I was very. I underperformed. His name was Hai, Hai. Yeah, he said he was a League player.
5 seconds
And,
remaining.
him and his girlfriend, I think, were participating in the event.
Yeah, those tournaments are really weird. Really weird. I had a couple of European streamers on my team playing on 250 ping.
Select your hero.
By the way,
Very confused about what to do.
they did go to the Legion, and then they went Ember for Business Associates. So it will be the Eternal Envy Ember with just the 2 Divine Rapiers as his cosmetics, by the way.
Just cosmetics for now.
Yeah. Well,
For
last
now.
time I saw him, he did go into the double Divine Rapier.
Yeah, that's a build. Okay, so Whisper is taking the Legion towards the off lane, and
what?
Chris Luck is playing mid Natures. Moose is playing the 4 Clockwork and 5 Schofield, with Hector, of course, playing the PL. So
I'm a bit surprised about that, just because I know Chris Luck had been really liking the Legion Commander.
I guess he feels like the Natures mid with the levels will do a lot more than like a Legion would in this game. And if you side lane the Natures, you're side laning into a Witch Doctor. He just casks your Treants. So Natures is going to have way worse of a time in a side lane, whereas Legion's going to be kind of fine no matter what. So I do feel like it makes sense.
So, who do you think is gonna win this game? Who's your prediction on?
That's a close one. That's the only time you've asked me that today, and this is the closest one. All right, let me think. Let me really think about how these lanes are going to go. Okay, Schofield's position 5.
Remember, it's also US East.
Right. Batrider can cut. I'm gonna go with business. I feel like the US East factor. They've been playing a lot better lately. I've seen Beast Coast falter a lot, and they didn't do that a lot before. But with the ping and just basically since the pandemic, I think Beast Coast has had some rough times. So I really like this Business Associates team with Envy. I was super stoked. Like I love Moose, but Envy is just a treat to watch. You know, I love this team. So I'm gonna go business. All
right. Well, here's the big question. Cooper, do you think Business Associates is gonna win, or do you think Beast Coast? So let me ask you, Business Associates. Oh, a little
What does he
reaction
think?
there. Beast Coast. Kind of heard that.
Well, I heard that.
That was a little
You think
whimper.
Beast Coast-
I feel like he's
you
very
think-
unsure. Cooper, Beast Coast? Oh, okay.
Is a whimper good or bad?
I don't know. I think he just
You need to specify these things.
he's not really too sure. Is this his first appearance as an analytical caster? He's waiting for his Wikipedia profile page to happen.
He's nervous, and you know
Yeah.
I can understand that. I mean, yeah, we were talking during the break about how our teammates are animals in pubs, and I don't think he was too happy about that. Oh yeah, sorry about that, buddy. I realize I shouldn't be saying that with you and in the area and listening, but hope you can forgive me. It's just Dota-isms, you know what I mean? It's yeah, I know. I mean, it's gamer words. Like you have to realize, like it's a different culture here. Okay, it's different for you. Like you play dog games, I play human games. It's not a big deal. I can't see your camera. Is that you doing it? Or is he
That is not me doing that. I swear. He's got his.
Cooper, can you tell me? Did I flame you in a pub? Is that what this is about? Is it because I flamed you? I didn't mean it. Like, you have to realize, Dota's an exciting game, okay? You get excited. Yeah, just like that, okay? You can't be doing that in games. We talked about this, Cooper.
All right.
Not with you. Certainly someone saw that.
He's a responsive little guy. I don't know if he's little or big. You could just be barking into your microphone. I wouldn't know.
He stormed off.
He's out of here? Listen, man. You know, he invited some of his friends. Let me tell you, they were complete animals. I think he might be friends with some, like, gorillas or apes or something, because it was a rough pub. Ooh, what's that? Oh. Can I hear a nice
Mango Loco?
Is that your favorite? Everybody likes those ones.
I wasn't sure which one to get because it is kind of like my first experience with Monster, other than Epicenter. But I'm pretty sure they had this one there, and a lot of people were telling me like Mango Loco is my favorite.
Everybody likes that one.
And I just spilled all over myself. You ever take that first sip out of a can and you misjudge how much is in the can, and then it just...
Oh, it's filled to the top, and you just don't expect it? Absolutely. I wear like 2 or 3 shirts a day because of this. You know what's a huge selling point for Monster for me? And I'm going to call somebody out here. Blaze. I messaged Blaze. I was like, look, dude, on the real, do you drink Monster? Because I was thinking, like, they get so much of it at the BTS office that maybe he'd be, like, sick of it. And he said yes. He drinks it. He says he really likes it for those long days. And the fact that somebody has basically an infinite supply of Monster and still drinks it, that's a good ad right there.
Yeah.
That's a good ad. Blaze could be a Monster... what's it, like the Subway guy, except without the questionable parts? I shouldn't go there.
Spokesperson.
Yeah, exactly. Spokesperson. Exactly. So Monster, if you're looking for one of those, I have the guy for you. How is it?
It's actually really good.
30 seconds to battle.
And I don't mean actually as in I can't believe it's good. It's just, it's actually, oh, hold on. K1, Jesus. Getting destroyed here.
Fights to the death. He had his doppelganger, but I think he's low enough that he dies either way to the boulder smash. You know, it's funny to pick on K1 in a game like this because you know he's playing on like 300 ping. Just kill him over and over.
The battle
I'm pretty sure you
begins.
can check on the console too.
I'm gonna... If I do that, I'm gonna press so many buttons and like end up pausing or deleting the game.
That's why I never use it because I get so nervous. But if you, I'm pretty sure if you type /status in on the console, you can see, what the pings of these players are.
I swear to God, I just trust you with blind faith. One of these times you're gonna tell me something that's gonna delete my system 32.
When you Alt F4.
One of these times you're gonna tell me to do something. I'm gonna do it. All right, let me see if I can. Is it /status?
Yeah, I believe it's /status.
That's not working.
Gas. And all right, Arctic Burn keeps him back. Schofield here with Whisper. I really thought this was going to be the Chris Lock mid Legion, but we'll see how he does in the Nature's Prophet. How is his matchup against EE on the Ember?
It's good. It's good for Nature's. Lots of physical damage with the Treants, and Nature's does a crap load of right-click damage, so it's difficult to be an Ember in this lane. But he can just push the lane with Flame Guard, so he's not going to get stomped. It's just Nature's will out CS him, generally.
Oh, yeah, I'm expecting a lot of pausing.
This is from Associates, though, surprisingly.
Wait for it.
Big B's having issues with his internet.
He screamed and DC'd. I don't trust NA all chat. I'm just gonna throw it out there. There's been a couple
Wait.
times where I've listened to the all, yeah, where I've read the all chat, and it's like so ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Oh, my allowed chat. It's not showing me chat from some people because they're not friends with me.
Wait for it.
That's
Wait
weird.
for it.
God damn it, Valve. What are you doing? What do you think the odds are for this game, if you had to guess?
I really don't know if bookmakers account for servers because I don't think they have that information. I'd have to say Business Associates minus 180, maybe 170 for the series.
Like 1.70?
No, that would be, I think it would be 0.70. No, 1.30. Let me see. I forget how.
Because I think you're close. If the numbers, I think you do mean like it would be 1.5 with how these unnamed betting site has it. It's anyway, Business Associates is supposed to lose apparently.
Lose?
Apparently, unless I'm reading this wrong.
Really?
Let me see. Let me see.
So yeah, I would put them at
This
about
unnamed betting site sucks. Let me find another one.
they'd be a minus 143 favorite in my eyes.
Where the hell? Where is this? Games. Why are somebody's got to make a betting site that's just? I mean, I'm an idiot. I can't navigate through my own email or Google or Google Calendar. Like these sites are. It's like rocket science. All right, I'm done with this. But Beast Coast is supposed to lose, or sorry, Business Associates is supposed to lose. Apparently.
What's their odd?
It was like 3 to like 1.2 or something like that. So if you bet on Business Associates, you get. If it was Dota 2 lounge days, you know, you'd get items, but we all know what happened to those guys. Valve pulled the plug on that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I have an old picture of me winning on Dota 2 lounge. Not gonna lie.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
legal? What's the ethical issues on that for like casters?
Oh, this is before I cast Dota.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that it was unethical for you. I'm saying what is the like? Where do you draw the line? Is the thing.
I would say
it's a hard question.
you don't do what you're casting, because then you're biased. You're completely invested in one team.
That's true, but that just means your casting will suck. That doesn't mean that you can't influence. Like I can't be like, oh, Business Associates has this one for sure, and then all of a sudden they're gonna win, more likely to win.
You want to know what? The reason you're seeing probably +2 something odds or whatever for Business Associates,
Plus 1.5.
yeah, is probably because they have a draw option as well, because it's a best of 2. So it's a 3-way money line instead of a 2-way money line.
I see. Dude, you're a betting expert. You know that?
Yeah, because their odds to win map 1 are minus 120, so about what I said. It would be. I said minus 143.
Not bad.
Close.
Yeah, it's been weird. Like Beast Coast has simultaneously looked extremely awful, and then the next game they just look like gods again. They've been really, really interesting to watch. I think a lot of that is the, just remnants of how this patch works, but also the fact that they're playing on so much ping and they probably tilt pretty easily with that, and they just say, screw it, like let's go next.
Do you see this conversation that's going on right now in all chat?
Yeah. I don't think that's how COVID works, Chris, but yeah, wouldn't expect somebody like Chris Luck to he was Chris Brown previously, and so he's a multimillionaire artist living in a mansion, so he doesn't know what it's like to be a lowly Brax. Did he get forced to change that name?
I have no idea.
Because of the, issues surrounding that not so great gentleman.
Sound strategy.
I think he did.
Try harder.
What was I gonna say?
Maybe he just wanted to change his brand.
Hey, it's always nice to just change brand. We're getting back into it. Nice. But again, I was gonna say that I feel like sportsbooks just don't take into account the fact that they're on US East. I think that makes this game a lot harder for for Beast
Dude,
Coast. We've seen it be harder for Beast Coast because of that.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Hey, man, if you're looking to make some money on betting, now's the time. Just check servers. Easy.
Beast Coast has 7.5 minutes pause time left. Business Associates has 5. Thanks. While the unpause is happening. Sure.
Nice.
So I really wanted to keep an eye on the mid lane because Chris Luck up against Eternal Envy, and this is a matchup I've seen before recently. Not obviously the hero matchup that I saw before because it was Chris Luck on the Legion, I believe. But these are two guys that are big playmakers for their teams. Like, I'm excited to see what they do when they hit that 6, 7, 8 level mark.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like what's going to happen is, like, Chris Luck TP somewhere, and then immediately, like, Envy's there as well, or vice versa. Like, there's going to be a whole lot of responding to each other. What am I looking at? Do you see this thing to the bottom right of the mid lane? This, like, stamp on the ground, or the sticker?
Oh, yeah, it's just extended. It's the loser stamp. That is just absolutely disfigured.
Intended? I feel like that's... Oh, there you go. Okay, it's gone. Envy had enough of, or Chris Luck had enough of that.
Let us turn their strength against them.
So, Business Associates, they've relied on Moo. There was a lot in ESL where I saw them relying heavily on Moo. He played Weaver a couple times where his build was very interesting, I guess would be the word or the way to put it. But it seemed almost as if everything was on him. And, like, those were the games where Eternal Envy didn't really show up as much. But when the games when Eternal Envy had a lot of farm is over mid, Searing Chains, and Envy gets the kill on a Chris Luck, who tried to TP away. So he tries to TP. Does have teleportation. It's not a long walk back. Not the worst thing in the world. But, you know.
Good rotation from snaking.
When I think Envy, when he takes a bit of the load, or a bit more of the load, and is much more involved, like, I think these games go much better for Business Associates. When it's all on Moo, it tends to be pretty difficult for them. Searing Chains, Fear coming over, Envy trying to do what he can as the cask is bouncing, and they've got the Maledict. They'll kill off Schofield. The damage from Chris Luck isn't enough to kill off Eternal Envy in a trade.
He's got that Invis too.
Tower is under attack.
Up the rune. Oh no, Moose actually took it. Whoops, he was bot lane. Yeah, there's a bit of a fight between Snake King and Moose. Very awkward. It's both teams though prioritizing that 4-minute bounty rune because there's an Ember Spirit in the game. Or sorry, the 4-minute power rune. I'm losing it here because there's an Ember. You know, this hero relies so heavily upon getting those runes. You have to control them.
Yeah, the 4-minute rune's not that bad, I would say. If you miss it, it's definitely very beneficial if you do get it, but if it's taken, like, or denied or something like that, as moves over bottom, gets chased down by Brax as well as Snake King. He's got 3 stacks of sticky napalm and 1 more shot coming through from Brax to get the kill. And then over top, Fear getting chased by Whisper as well as Schofield. Can they get this kill on a Fear? He's got cask in 8, gets to the high ground, and is continuing to outrun Whisper. But he's got overwhelming odds, and eventually, yes, he will just fall.
It's interesting to see that Brax on the spot lane is doing really well against a PL. Okay, here we go. Envy rotates bot. This guy, like I said, he does not play like a mid laner. He is an off laner in the mid lane. He's going to give mid to Fear instead, and now laning stage is over. Ladies and gentlemen, there's an Eternal Envy in this game. Laning stage does not go for 10 minutes. And here we go. Rotations forced.
And gets some big rotations out. 3 heroes towards bottom. That'll leave the Legion by himself, who does get rooted. Whisper dealing with the Mango has a salve if needed, and Envy came over all the way and then just right back towards mid.
You know how you can tell a Lone Druid player from a non-Lone Druid player? Is that if you're good at Lone Druid, you'll buy a TP on the bear to start. So that way you basically have double the resummons, because you can TP back on the cooldown and refill your entire HP on the bear without having to resummon. So Moo able to just constantly keep harassing up here with that bear. Envy just still rotating.
Yeah, he's moving and searching for something, but hasn't found anything just yet. They had this ward here, or just placed this ward here. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure he got spotted. Yeah, making the move. Although Schofield, Wrath of Nature, hits on that Eternal Envy. He doesn't want to make the jump.
It didn't really hit anybody for too much damage. The crazy thing about this Nature's Hero is that level 1 Wrath of Nature does 750 possible damage on one target. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Is now back towards top. Moo going in with Snake King. They've got the rotation from Moose, Chrislock, and Schofield on this one. Whisper, Maledict, as well as the Fear. He'll run. Maledict will tick one more time. Fear will get the kill on a Whisper. They start to back off. They look for the bear to try and get 300 gold and some experience. But there's the Fear once again. Does he have the resummon? He does. He doesn't even need to let the bear die. He'll just TP it back to base. Meanwhile, Fear body blocked by these treants, and Chrislock will at least get one for his trouble.
Wait a minute. When you level up the bear, it gets another fear? So he held the point, he feared, and then he leveled it up, then he feared again. I gotta test that in a lobby. That's a cool interaction. That's a cool trick, if that is how it works. I'm pretty sure it does work like that.
Jeez.
I think it works with the claws too. So that's why he had 2 fears. I'm sitting here looking at this like Savage Roll quote. It's like 40 seconds. That was not 40 seconds.
Yeah.
He feared twice. He feared twice in that fight, right? I'm not crazy.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's a cool trick. Thanks, Moo. That one's going in a video. Good stuff. That's why I love casting. Easy content.
So what's Envy's build looking like? Maelstrom, Yule's Axe, and then how's the Phantom Lancer doing? Top, you know, tops everybody on the side of Business Associates for now. So Hector doing okay.
As he always does.
Radiant's bottom tower
No
is
real
under
surprise.
attack.
He's very good at securing his own farm.
Even if it's at the cost of his entire team, he's very good at doing it. He is the best in the world, I would say, at doing this. Literally the best.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Up to that 10-minute mark. So far, both outposts controlled by Business Associates. Here, Beast Coast, you're probably going to want to try and maintain one of them. Snake King, MV, double damage on MV, but here comes Whisper. He's looking to get the duel. Snake King on the run. He does have a roll, and we'll get some space between him and the Legion Commander.
Envy is a psycho. He just runs in, drops a remnant back, and then TP's directly in front of Beast Coast. There was a Legion there that could duel, but he just knows. He's so confident.
Actually got the duel out on a Brax. Brax might be the one who's dead and will fall. He doesn't get the duel damage, though. They'll go after this outpost. So right now they've got control of 2, but eventually Fear will control the other one, and it will be 1-for-1.
Chris Luck gets the mid tower. That's a big pickup.
Dire's middle tower
Another annoying
has
thing
fallen.
about dealing with one of these pushing heroes mid, like a Nature's or a Beastmaster's, you leave the lane, they take your tower. That's a very important tower.
Radiant's top tower
What's Chris
is
Luck
under
have
attack.
so far? He's going Deso first. So Deso first on the Nature's Prophet. You were talking about the Wrath of Nature that, or at least it looks like it. He's got the Blightstone. He's saving up the gold. I would assume he's going in.
Oh, I see that he has the Rope of Magi, so I was
That's-
thinking maybe Orchid or...
That's true, yeah. I could go either. I guess he set himself up to go either.
I think he eventually will go Deso. I know he really likes doing that. Lots of these mid-natures will go for an eventual Deso.
The Orchid earlier might almost certainly does more.
Against the Ember in Batrider, it does feel pretty good. Honestly, even Lone Druid, if you can kill him before he gets his ult off. It's not like Lone Druid will ever get a
Radiant's
Orchid
bottom
Dispel.
tower is under attack.
Moo takes the bot tower.
And TP's towards top. Whispers here with Moose.
Radiant
Moose, who is level 6. He's trying to find a hook shot, so Envy needs to position himself the right way. Remnant now. Hook shot lands. They don't have Cursor. Now he actually hits level 6. He's got 7 charges in the stick. Lasso comes through, but there's the press the attack to take him off the lasso. They look over and moves with Maledict. That will take his life. Brax actually gets him on the burnout. Schofield now running away, but 4 heroes around him. Not much he can do but die. And it's a killing spree for Eternal Envy. 2 kills there for the side of Business Associates as they make the rotation towards top.
And this whole time, we have Moo farming up the bot lane. Although I say that, and Hector is, of course, always going to be farming as well. He's got these Ancients to work with, so he's pretty happy about this. It's not a huge investment from East Coast. Really, that's their 3 supports that were up there making some space for the other 2.
Prophet holding 3,200 gold. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what he builds. I mean, he could go for the entire Deso right now if he feels like he doesn't really need to. Oh, never mind. We both did not anticipate this Maelstrom.
All right.
Cool. Farming. He wants to farm more. I mean, it's great late game, always. Tons of magic damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Snake King sprouted. And Winter's Curse came out a little bit higher in. That locked Eternal Envy to the bear. They get the kill on the Snake King. They're looking for Brax. They send a bunch of heroes towards mid. Envy gets out. And it's just 1 kill there on to Snake King. Winter's Curse expended, but not the worst cooldown in the world. Again, 80 seconds, similar to that Witch Doctor cooldown that we were talking about in the earlier game, where 80 seconds just isn't that bad.
It doesn't feel that bad. It really doesn't. It's better to use it than to not use it. Fear? TP.
He's in trouble. He's already used the cast. They've got the Sprout. I don't think he wants to duel anymore because the Magnetize comes in. He does commit to the duel. This is a little bit surprising. Under the tower and everything, he doesn't get the kill on the Fear just yet and will eventually lose his life. Moose trades it, though. That was very risky to take that duel, especially Magnetize. He ends up dying, so does Chris Luck. And now Moose will fall 3-for-1 trade in favor of Business Associates. A little overzealous from Beast Coast.
Yeah, the big deal there really is losing Chris Luck. I mean, he's got 6,400 net worth, and we've talked about this in the previous games. The way the net worth calculations work when it comes to getting kills is it just calculates based on your total net worth. You just get a percentage of it. So being a really farmed hero like Chris Luck on Nature's Prophet and feeding your life away is very expensive for you compared to other heroes. You lose a lot more gold now, too, than before.
Yeah, what's the consensus on buying out these days? Because I know some people don't always buy out.
It's expensive. You mean like buy back or buy out?
Buy out and buy back, like both. Like what, the consensus on doing both. Because I know some people just would let themselves die instead of just buying out and not having buyback or something like that. Like the situation between the two.
I would say that buying out is way more common these days because there's way less reliable. Like the only reliable gold you get now is literally just the per minute gold. That's it. So everybody buys out these days.
And they found Whisper. Brax gets in front of him, Searing Chains, and the Rolling Boulder anticipating a move forward. Never comes. They'll still get the kill in a Whisper. Moo's now late with the hook shot, but Hector's up here. He looks like he wants to engage. He got hit by the Boulder Smash, which slowed him up. They'll look over at Snake King, who drops the Magnetize in as well as the Slight. Snake King escapes, but Maelstrom procking all the way over. They kill off Schofield, the ulti from Fear, hoping to get that kill, and Chris Luck just walks to the high ground. He walks into the high ground. Searing Chains is there. He's got Hector for help, but Brax is here as well. They get the kill on a Fear. Moo makes the rotation. They'll take out the Bat Rider. This is becoming costly for Business Associates, but if you kill the Phantom Lancer, you don't really care.
Yeah, Hector's got a lot of items right now, though, so he's able to make it very difficult to scout to see which the real PL is before he kills somebody. So Brax was trying to do that. He tried to go in and Flame Break and Firefly and show who the real PL was, but Hector was able to pick up a couple of kills. Moo, though, able to finish him off. He's actually going for the Radiance on Moo, and I think this is just because he's against a PL. You need a Radiance against a PL or a Naga. It's kind of the only way to deal with illusions. Or Battle Fury, but 400 Battle Fury? Come on.
What was the build I was seeing before? It was like Mask of Madness, straight like Basher almost.
Yeah, that was the build. It was like, and then people started going Deso.
Oh, jeez, Moo. Getting ripped up by his bear. Hook shot. Moose comes in. Now they got the lasso out onto the Legion Commander. They'll lose Schofield. Moose getting low. They'll take the life of Whisper away. Brax with a double, potentially a triple. Remnant forward. Slight from Envy, and now he's dominating. He's 4-0-9. I feel like that's a quiet 4-0-9. Like, yes, Business Associates is up 18-9, but I don't know. It seems like a quieter 4-0-9.
I agree. I mean, it's been kind of a snaking show. He's showing up to all of these fights, and Brax. Envy is just kind of participating. Usually he's the instigator.
Radiant's top tower is under
But,
attack.
you know, he spoils us, so sometimes you gotta let him chill.
Radiant are scanning.
Select just farming agents down here.
Next for Envy, full Mjolnir. Next for Chris Luck. Picks himself up a Vambrace, sends that back to base. Essence Ring for the Phantom Lancer.
Full Mjolnir, eh? Does he have it? Let's see.
He's got it.
What's
Oh no! He swapped out.
I feel like that's pretty reasonable. Just
Dire's top tower
let you
is
TP in.
under
I mean, I feel like he
attack.
already does enough damage, especially with the PL. They do not lack damage, but he needs to survive.
Dire's top tower has been
Close game so
denied.
far, though. Very close. Despite it being 9-18.
Schofield, Winter's Curse. That'll keep him there for Whisper, who will look for the duel, but the Geomagnetic Grip as well as the Boulder Smash. Do they have the damage to get the kill for the duel damage? They don't. They will finish him off eventually, but now the ulti comes in from Fear with the Magnetize, doing quite a bit. They kill Whisper, they kill Schofield, they'll look for another one as the Clockwork now moves, left alone and left to die. So Business Associates always the benefactors of these trades.
Yeah, it seems like there's always a good pickup, like a good kill. What is Hector sending out on that courier anyway?
He didn't have anything on it at the time.
What does he want? He's going for his Manta style, of course. But it feels like what's happening is Beast Coast is jumping, getting a really good kill, but then they're just losing every hero that contributed to the gank afterwards. Like Snake King's counter initiation, and then Fear jumping in and using his Cask and Maledict and Death Ward. I shouldn't say jumping because it's Witch Doctor. Slowly waddling in and pressing his spells, but nonetheless, very difficult to commit into.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Get yourself an Observer, Sentry out. Meanwhile, bottom, Blink Lasso out onto Chris Luck. They try to Rolling Boulder in. They've got the Geomagnetic Grip as well as the Boulder Smash right onto this Nature's Prophet. Nowhere for him to go, but they'll bring in K1. Looks over at Brax, gets a quick kill, and he'll take the trade.
You're probably okay with K1 getting that kill. Chris Luck had his BKB just at the end there, but he didn't want to use it because he was probably going to die either way. Doesn't want to use the 10-second charge. So he chose to not use that.
I was going to say, how many times have we seen a BKB get delivered or a late BKB usage as Fear over mid with the ulti?
It's up again.
Yeah,
80 seconds does not feel like long. Like, that's just about how often team fights happen. It's like once every 80, 90 seconds, you know, in a fast game.
Is under attack.
And it feels like there's no reason not to use it if you're in the right position. You throw it out there, it either sends them back or they stay, fight, or you've got the catch. You know, like, use it, 80 seconds, that's nothing.
Yeah, it's like a Phoenix Egg. It's really about you fight into it, like you said, or you don't, and it prevents the fight. And then they run away, they're low HP, and then they can't fight for 80 seconds anyway. That's the thing, is like, if you literally did nothing with these abilities, it'd be different. But you're using them, it's doing damage. So whether or not you kill somebody, the enemy team probably can't fight you for 80 seconds. Probably one of the worst pub habits is not using spells. People are waiting for like the most epic plays when really all you have to do is kill one guy and it's worth it.
Radiant are scanning.
Or zone one guy. Sometimes that's all that's needed.
Heaven's Halberd
Dire
for
are scanning.
Whisper.
First item. It's a good item. I think Heaven's Halberd is broken. I usually people will go for like a hood into Halberd or something like that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
K1 and Whisper with Schofield, so they'll try to take top. They've also got the help of Moose here on the clockwork, but coming around and ready to go is the dire side of Business Associates. Geomagnetic Grip with the Boulder Smash and the Spirit Vessel on him. Schofield, he's definitely looking for the Winter's Curse, but all that does is lock up Eternal Envy. They'll have the duel to go with this. Chris Luck is here, but the bear from Moo making this difficult. They get the kill on the Moose. They'll move Brax out of harm's way, or at least try to. Hector's in on this. Eternal Envy, he remnants over, and I don't know if he's going to have enough, but with the help of Brax and the lasso, this is Hector going down. They've also lost Chris Luck and Schofield. 4 heroes gone. Make it a full team wipe. Whisper hits the deck, and in a roach they go.
Dude, Moo is so good at video games. He is just the best gamer. That just putting the bear, he wasn't even in range for half that time to attack the duel as that was happening. But he puts the bear in just to give the Radiance burn, which was just enough to keep Envy alive. And as an Ember Spirit, if you give Ember Spirit a fraction of a second to get away, he's gone. So that is literally all it took. So beautiful, beautiful team play from Business Associates here.
You go right into Roche off that.
Roshan has fallen to the battle.
This has
And
certainly
again,
looked like a great game for Business Associates so far. But again, does it have anything to do with the fact that, the ping is different, or, the little intricacies that make or break a team fight? I do wonder.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does a little bit. But, it's never, it depends on the ping. It's never the hugest thing. Oh, Schofield. Oh, here we go. That's it. Just has to drop the ult. But he might die anyway.
Yeah, still in trouble. Like, he's not just out for free, and you can see them continuing to chase. The Spirit Vessel certainly makes this harder, and Fear will get the kill. Aldic pings, and, they'll end up losing not one but two as Chris Luck, Eternal Envy, comes in and gets yet another kill, and I think he wants to look for more. He finds Whisper. He's got Searing Chains and the Clumsy Net. So Whisper, even when you press the attack, you're staying here. Remnant forward, trying to finish off the Legion. Whisper on the run. Moves is here with Pogs, but it only pushes away Eternal Envy. Bears on the other side. They'll dive the tier 3. They'll get the kill onto the Legion Commander and find themselves a +1. 4 heroes dead on the side of Beast Coast again as they're just throwing bodies to stop anything that comes their way, and it's just not working.
Yeah, and this is in the tier 3s with tier 2 still alive. Ooh, Hector.
Magnetize,
He's
Moo.
trying to do something here.
Doppelganger, but you can see Moo still chasing. And now they found him. Searing Chain, Spirit Vessel, as well as the Flame Break to push him even more into the hands of Business Associates. And again, every time it's one, it seems like it's 2 or 3. It's never just one for Business Associates. And that's a little bit of what we're seeing from Beast Coast, is kind of maybe save your friend syndrome.
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's hard against an Ember Spirit with an Aghanim Scepter, though. It's basically global presence. So it's very easy to feed if you're trying to save your guys, especially at 25 minutes in with a 10k gold deficit.
Yeah. And this is a Legion Commander that has no dual damage. You come off of watching Crit get 148 damage on a Clinks to this Legion game where Legion doesn't even have any damage.
It's hard with the Halberd to get any real initiation. He's just a disabler at this point.
Yeah. And it's the life that he's got to live. Schofield, again, he gets locked up and killed. They find the lasso and the clockwork on the back. Again, it's perfect movements coming through from Business Associates to get, kills in numbers.
Once again, just bleeding. Like Beast Coast to lose hero after hero after hero. And Beast Coast, look how quick the snaking is to go hunt this Nature's Prophet. Like, he is not letting the split pushing or split farm happen at all.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He finds him. He's there.
Dire's bottom
Chris Luck's got a
tower
BKB
is
now.
under attack.
Gosh. Magnetize, and we'll try to fight this. Instead, he'll TP away.
Yeah, force the BKB, clear up the wave, and the rest of Business Associates are strong enough that they can play as a 4-man Deathball. And then, oh my god, Schofield, really? Oh, is that how desperate you guys are?
300
Oh,
gold is
no.
300 gold, man.
I know. I'm just, it's rough to be in this position, considering how well the game was going for the first, 15 or so minutes. It was dead even. It just snowballed. It's a sad sight to see when it was even. Schofield has to Winter's Curse a bear.
Well, rolling boulder once again, and Moose pulled embrace, but how much is that really going to do for him? He's still dead, and are they getting +1s? It looks like they are. They're going to go for more. Schofield in trouble, press the attack, but they're right up on him. They'll burn him out. Brax gets a double kill, and they might even go deeper. I mean, this is Business Associates. They don't just buy a singular monster. They buy a 6-pack every single time they engage.
That would be addiction levels of monster. I'm a fan, but there's a limit to everything. Come on, Business Associates, give them a break. 6 is too many. 3 in a day max.
This is in 39-11. We've been seeing kills in bunches in all these games.
It's true. I think once again going back, it's a lot due to the gold changes. No comeback gold. You get a lead and you all of a sudden feel immortal. You feel like you can't die because the enemy team has literally not enough damage to kill you through your items with their spells. And there's no amount of comeback gold they can get to get the items that let them do that. So you just feel like untouchable when you're leading in Dota right now. A lot of people are hoping for a patch pretty soon.
Yeah, a lot of Reddit is hoping that this series ends quickly so we get one, but I don't know if it's going to happen tonight.
Regeneration.
That'd be cool. To be casting the last series of the patch. It's an honor. I'll go down with the ship. I was thinking something more depressing. More depressing.
Titanic? It's been an honor?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly, gentlemen. Oh, right. That was the violinist, right?
Yeah. It's been an honor playing with you.
A tool to teach.
I don't believe that the violinist would go down with the ship. Aren't they like first class shipmates? Ship people?
Not sure. I was not alive back then.
That's a high class instrument right there.
Man, look at the Legion. Behind Fear and Net Worth. Who's got Guardian Greaves?
Witch Doctor. Oh boy, when you're behind Witch Doctor, you know it's a cold day in hell.
They'll find Chris Luck. They've got the lasso. Do they have the damage? Doesn't look like it. BKB TP out. That's been the majority of his BKB usages so far is just BKB and leave.
That's about all he can do at this point. Is that the full Mjolnir? If they wanted to go for some sort of rapier, I think that's always an option to get back into the game. The problem is PL is not the greatest rapier carrier, and I don't see Hector building rapier that much. Like, he tends to... I feel like he's really comfortable playing with 6 items, like 6 regular carry items. So much so that he's like, guys, it's fine. I'm not even slotted yet. Like, how do you think we're only losing because I'm not slotted? He's all about the late game. He doesn't care that they're losing because he's not in the late game yet, right? So he hasn't lost. Because he hasn't had a chance to win.
I'll take that. Invisibility.
Moose spotted. Blink. Flame break. And... well, they don't have the lasso. They've got the Winter's Curse. 3 heroes in a Winter's Curse for the first time this game, but they don't get the kill yet either. Boulder Smash, Magnetize out on all these heroes. They finally kill off Moose, but Business Associates still roaring forward. Whisper now on the run. BKB is about to run out on Chris Luck. Rolling Boulder in. Fear running with the ult. The Mjolnir proc's not enough to kill Fear. Now the lasso's out on Hector. They've locked him down. They should be able to kill him off, but it might take a little bit longer than necessary. However, I say that, and Moo fears him, kills him, takes him out, and then goes out back and finds Schofield.
It's a paladin sword on the ground. I hate littering, I'm just very against littering. Whose sword is that? That is Beast Coast Paladin Sword by that Easy Camp. They're down 1 item, as if it couldn't get any more difficult for them. Really, Whisper? You're really gonna deny that range creep?
And it's just kills in bunches. every single time for Business Associates. They've played these fights so well, too. Remnant forward, slight searing chains, and they've gotten themselves the clumsy net. Geomagnetic grip to get the silence onto the Legion Commander. Whisper trying to fight with Moose, but the slight once again, and Eternal Envy doesn't have a searing chains to work with, and the Winter's Curse is out into Fear, but Fear is healing while he's locked down. Not quite worse for wear as the Wrath of Nature comes in, but Guardian Greaves is used by Fear to keep them all nice and healthy. Lasso. Cold Embrace is still not enough. Whisper ends up dead. They've locked down Chris Luck. A buyback on this Legion Commander, but this is falling further and further from reality here for the side of Beast Coast, who hookshot right into Moo. I'm not certain that's really the place that you want to be. They'll try to get the kill on the Lone Druid, but coming in as Eternal Envy. Schofield now hit with the Remnant to get killed off. Fear getting low. Will he finally die this time? It doesn't really look like it. Moose falls. Whisper next. Hector trying to man fight it all, but can he do enough? Fear is still alive through all of this. They've got the root on the Phantom Lancer. They'll take out Chris Luck, make it 4 out of 5, potentially another full team wipe here for the side of Business Associates without losing anybody. Ultra kill for Eternal Envy. GG is called by Beast Coast. Business Associates will take game 1.
Fear has a 5 armor talent. He had repair kit, so he was regenning 30 health per second. And then he had Guardian Greaves and a Holy Locket to top it all off. He was so tanky at the end there. He was legitimately a frontliner as Witch Doctor. You do not see that. But, when you have such a net worth lead, it's definitely a good way to play the hero. Because everybody tries to focus you on Witch Doctor. You're a real good debate if you have these items.
He has only 9,500 net worth, but he was unkillable. 7, 4, and 27 for a Witch Doctor.
Look at the gold graph. It was actually even, in fact, favoring Beast Coast up until about 17, 18 minutes, and then just snowball out of control. It was kill after kill after kill. And you know what? I'm gonna do a shout out here. I'm gonna do a shout out to Moo. I know the rest of these gentlemen played great. Obviously, Envy went 14-0 and 20. That is a phenomenal score. But I've said this before about Moo, and I'll say it again. This guy is so good at directing his team around power spikes. I've played with this guy in pubs, in party queue, and he is like the clearest voice to listen to. He's such a good leader when it comes to directing your team around, we're going to fight at this specific moment. And so I think when I look at a gold graph like that and I see that at this moment it snowballed out of control, my brain immediately goes to Moo made that call. Like Moo was captaining this game. And I think he's a big reason why this team has been so successful with every iteration, is just because Moo has kind of excelled as a leader, as a voice.
Yeah, Moo is really being the leader on this team, and you can see where it starts to shine in a game like this especially. So Business Associates, they look really good in this one. And again, it's a game that's not entirely on Moo. I feel like he gets that alleviation, if that's a word, from Eternal Envy, especially from Snake King and Brax. Everybody really. This game just did so well. And ultimately, it comes down to Business Associates taking game 1 on the US East side of this. So we'll be back with game 2 in just a moment. Beast Coast Business Associates. I'm your caster Bkop, joined here by Jenkins at Bkop92 at JenkinsDota on Twitter. Follow us to know when we're casting next. We'll be back to game 2 in just a moment. Stay right there.